scores and points on the board.
Well, they had two big 15-yarders, Mentor did. That hurt him.
Telecast of tonight's high school football game is made possible by the Cleveland Browns, who are happy to support Channel 25's coverage of high school football in Northeast Ohio. The Pepsi-Cola Company, bottlers of regular and Diet Mountain Dew. And the East Ohio Gas Company, the Sunshine People, who bring natural gas to more than 1 million people in Northeast Ohio, heating homes, cooking meals, and providing energy for industry.
Welcome back to the Memorial Cardinal Stadium, where the cheerleaders have a lot to cheer about because they're still in the ball game, and it's been a grand night, and the rain has held off. So it's really been a very, very tough game. Our guest commentator, my far right over here, is Harlan Barnett, the cornerback for the Cleveland Browns. And I'll tell you, the one thing that I read about you that immediately amazes me, someone gave you the name because you're supposed to be a heavy hitter. Is the bam stick?
The bang stick. My father made that up my senior year in college. And my father is a real outgoing person. Unlike me, I'm more subdued. My father is just all out there. So
well, he can say anything he wants at 6'4" and 260. Yeah, exactly. No arguments, right?
None out of me.
Okay, let's go to the first half stats.
Of course, in the first half, your score is 0-0 with the halftime coming to a close. We can look at first downs. VA St. Joe's only 3, 6 for Mentor. Rushing yards, 82 for the Vikings, only 28 for the Cardinals. Big difference in the passing, 128 on the arm of Dan Jantonio. Nothing for VA St. Joe. They're going to have to get in this game. They're going to have to pass that ball.
Well, coming into this game, Brian, McGinney has only thrown 9 times. Look at the possessions for the Vikings. 5 plays and out, 9 and a punt, 4 and a punt, 4 and a punt.
Quite a difference now with Mentor. They had it on 35, 11 plays, then they go on downs, 4 plays, they had that interception, 7 plays, they're down knocking again, missed the field goal, 6 plays and a punt. So for Mentor, they're knocking, but they can't get in the door. VA St. Joe's, and Mike just mentioned, they're going to have to put that ball in the air. They've got to start mixing it up somehow.
They've got to do something, but the big problem they've got with McGinney for Joe's is the fact that the guy's only 5'8". He rolls out. He's trying to get some lanes, but he can't see over these big people, and he can't find out where his receivers are.
And plus, they're starting out in bad field position, as you can see on there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, kicking off will be the Cardinals of Mentor. And they're going to be kicking to St. Joseph. You're looking at the kicker. This is Don Jantonio. The deep people for Villa Angela will be Arlen Henson, Lavelle Bolden, and Gerard Jones. Scoreless as we enter the second half. It's been a hard-hitting defensive game with offense belonging almost exclusively to Mentor. And taking this at the 12-yard line. This is Henson. And look at him fight for yardage. That's how you lose the ball sometimes, when you keep on churning and fighting for yardage. Brian Boyle in on the stop, along with Jason Carrasco. So this is probably one of the better field positions that Joe's has started off on.
It sure is. Let's see what they can do with it.
Well, they'll start off at their own 34-yard line. McKinney will be the quarterback. Henson, number 27, the tail. The fullback, Steve Yates. Wide receiver is Kevin Marn. And Scott Zerm will be the split end and a running play, and got nothing on that one. And Dave Carr and Brian Boyle and Chris Luma in on the stop. That was Henson, who was a leading ground gainer for the Vikings with 61 yards.
That was the inside belly or option series with the quarterback giving the first man, as we see head coach Vic Kirschbaum surveying the field, watching his defense, getting ready for the second down play.
Well, we've got 2 split backs in here now, and Henson and Yates. McGinney finds a little bit of room, makes a couple of good moves, gets to the 40, and Eric Anger is there to bring him down. Anger stayed at home and made the tackle.
That was an excellent open field tackle by Anger also. He kept his feet, he watched the man's waist, and brought the guy down.
That brings up a third and let's call it about 5. Minute and a half gone by here in the third quarter. It's been scoreless if you've just joined us. McKinney lets it go deep. And the closest person to it was Brian Oath. He intended it for Kevin Marn, but badly overthrown.
Looked like Marn lost it in the lights to me. He couldn't find the ball.
He wasn't anywhere near that ball. It was out there floating, and he wasn't ready for it. He must have lost it.
So punting will be Zerm. He'll be standing at his own 22. The deep people are Chad Green and Dan Pastore. Green at 9, Pastore at 81. And a low kick. It'll take a bounce, and not much of a bounce. It takes a roll, gets to the close to the 30, and Joes will take over from that point. Cardinals will. And they end up in great field position, the same position that St. Joe's had when they were at their 30.
Well, Middle Angelo St. Joseph, they came out and they realized that they had to put that ball in the air. They did in the first series, as we watched Don Gentonio, number 15, who had 9 of 16 for 128 yards in the first half, go ready to call the first play.
That's almost a ball game, 128 yards with only 1 interception. As many times as they've thrown, and a timeout is called by Antonio. Yeah, I think it's only 10 people on the field.
That was a wasted timeout.
Boy, that sure was. Yeah, that's the number 4 going in is Pastore. And out goes Coach Kirschbaum. Being very calm, cool, telling them just, hey, just relax. We got another half of football. They're certainly more than able to score.
Well, they had to call the timeout. They have to get on the field. Quarterback recognized it right away, and you hate to waste them like that. In high school ball, you get 3 timeouts a half. That's the first one.
Well, at the end of this quarter, we'll be going to our scoreboard. So all of high school scores, the Plain Dealer cooperates and gives them to us, and we bring them to you at the end of the third quarter, and you won't miss 1 second on the ball game. That's scoreboard at the end of the third.
Let's see if Menor can eliminate the penalties and get the ball into the end zone this time.
Well, they can move it between the 20s. And open man was Green, and they just started to run with it and lost his concentration. It was in his hands and back out. And Mark Genter was there defensively for the Vikings.
Mike, I noticed the left outside linebacker, Aaron Johnson, 42, has been dropping back into the zone. That time he came across and put pressure on the short rollout to Giantonio, making him get rid of that ball a little bit quicker than maybe he wanted to.
Unbalanced line, he's going to roll to the right probably. He's been doing it all night. Hand off to the right.
Right off. Good God. Boy, that's a quick hitter, and he gets about 4 yards on that one. Ryan Ranallo on the carry, and Tony Lawrence and Steve Yates just brings him down. Here's a quick hitter. Picture perfect. Good shot, man.
That's football right in there.
Boy,
down and dirty. Those linemen are hitting each other.
That's a Woody Hayes football right there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
3rd and 6 now for the Cardinals. Over the middle. Green gets it. First down. Goes up the field. And coming over to help bring him down was Brian Rand, who was the left end and never gave up and kept on coming and going for the receiver. And Green, who limps back to the huddle. What a great catch and a great pass and a great tackle by Brian Rand. He saved a touchdown there.
Good line blocking there, keeping the penetration off. And the ball was almost knocked down or intercepted by Jenner, number 34. Went after it, but didn't get it. So Chad Green comes up with it, comes down the field, and a good tackle, saving him from going all the way. Chad had a slight limp after the play.
1st and 10 from the Vikings 36. And this is Pastore. He gets inside the 30, and he pays the price. That's Henson, the cornerback. in on the stop along with James Huff.
That was a good pass by Jantonio.
Sure is.
They dropped some of Jantonio's ball earlier in the first half. Now they seem to be catching it.
They're putting Wilhelm back in the lineup and bringing Chad Green out. He limps off the field. And they've got Pastore in as the flanker, number 4. They throw it to Pastore. His knees touch. He's inside the 25. Enough for a first down. And Jamie Huff was there, or Jamie Huff. But not until they have another completion.
Nice sharp pass from the quarterback. You can see it here. He just takes it back. There's no fake. Pastore's just taking 5 and out, and that's a perfect throw down low where he can get that ball. No defender can get to him. But hey, once your knees are down in this game, Harlan, in high school, he's down right there.
That's right. It's not like the pros where you can get up and run.
Well, that's now for Jantonio. He is 20 for 12. 12 for 20. And a handoff to Wilhelm, and he is tripped up in the backfield by 44, Steve Yates, who's having himself a great game. So Wilhelm gets close to the 20. We'll call it the 20. Pick up of a couple. It'll bring up a 2nd and 8. 7 minutes exactly remaining here in the third.
Yates got off the ball real quick that time. He got through the line.
Well, Yates has got great balance. He's got great upper body strength. He's quite a wrestler and plays lacrosse. This is a pitch to Green. Good pursuit by St. Joe's Bolden. Lavelle Bolden, number 21, made up beautiful.
Great play by Bolden. He leveraged the blocker, played off the blocker.
We get a chance to see it as Harlan's talking about the blocker. Here's the pitch to Chad Green. 42 is out in front of Ronaldo, but there's a block out here with Pastore trying to get onto Lavelle Bolden, 21. He stayed with him, but hey, that defender just came through the block, went after the ball carrier, did a fine job.
Great play.
And he's only a junior. 3rd and 8. And completes this one to Farley. And enough for the first down as he gets inside the 10. On the stop was Henson along with Marn. And Terry McLean was also in the area. Watch it again.
Passing attack is there because this quarterback, a 3rd-year starter, puts that ball up there. He finds the open man time after time. This time it's the big guy, Bob Farley, at 5'10", with the quick speed that he has.
There he is. Look at 5'10". Farley now with receptions. He has 3 receptions for a total of 46 yards. And so Jantonio is having himself a great 3rd quarter so far with just 6 minutes and 15 seconds gone by.
That's 3 quick hitches that they've thrown throughout this drive. They threw 2 to Pastore and 1 to Farley to this right side every time.
That's the first time out for Coach Story. Coach John Story is really a story in his own right. He probably is one of the more successful wrestling coaches in the greater Cleveland area, taking away the great wrestling they had at St. Ed. But St. Joe's is just a tremendous program. Story's been there area 26 years. He's been the head coach in wrestling. He's had a number of state champions. He won the state championship in 1990. Guys like Bob Golick and Dan St. John. Younger St. John, Steve St. John, in 1991 won the National Junior Championships. He's been Coach of the Year 3 different times. He has just done it all as a wrestling coach and an outstanding football coach. It's going to be 1st and goal. Another completion. And this one to Farley again, the split end. And Bolden there in on the stop.
The cornerbacks for St. Joe are going to have to tighten up a little bit down there in the 10-yard area. They're going to have to tighten up because they just keep throwing quick hitches on them.
Yep.
there's no deep patterns to be thrown down in that area. They have to tighten up a little bit.
Well, they're at the 4-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal from the 4. And they've moved right down the field from the 30. That's where this drive has started. And an overthrown badly intended for Green.
Green ran a hitch, and Jan Antonio threw a fade.
You know, Marn, was not within 5 yards. They're doing a great job.
There's a quarterback talking to the flanker, as you just heard Harlan talk about it. It was just a miscue on the play. The quarterback thinking he's stopping and a fade into the corner, and Green just kind of went the other way on a hit. So it just misconnections on the play. The quarterback had to get rid of it, and when they came together, they talked over that play, and they'll get their signals ready if it comes up again.
Oh, now they got a 3rd and goal from the 4. They've got to get in this time. Look at that. 11th play of this drive. Starting at their own 30. And right up the middle, they give them this to Rinaldo. And he gets a couple of yards. He runs into Yates and McLean, the inside linebackers for the Vikings. And now they've got a 4th down. And they're going to spot the ball at about the 2. You go for it or go for a field goal. You got to get some points on the scoreboard.
Well, they're deciding now, and they had to call another timeout, that being the Cardinals of Menor. They've already had one this half. Remember, the first play starting the quarter, they only had 10 men. They had to call a timeout. So now with a 4th and 2, what do they want to do? They have to take the time to get to the brain trust up here in the box and get it down to the coach and decide they need this touchdown. They realize it, so they figure, even though it's early, we have to call a timeout.
Well, the coaches are meeting, and there's one of the younger fans, and I'll bet she's got the answer.
She has it right there.
Yeah, her and that chocolate bar can solve any problem that she's going to run into.
And all those fans are probably all calling a play, too. We all like to do that when we watch a football game.
I'll tell you what, they must have lost, I think they've lost some confidence in here. The last field goal they had wasn't effective. They've been down this area before. They haven't twice. They haven't been able to punch it in. You know, if Joe's can stop them here, I think momentum is going to go over to the Vikings.
Exactly, and they might get a long drive on this.
Yeah.
Imagine a 98-yard drive by Joe.
They're going for the 6. Here we go.
Here we go.
Granello is a lone setback.
Watch Green over here on the right.
It works. And he had Marn beat again by a couple of yards. And Chad Green gets his first touchdown in his very young 91 season. And it gives the Cardinals the lead 6-0.
Marn was playing him inside position. Green ran into him, ran him off, bumped off, and ran an outside route. Good pass by Jantonio also.
Well, he's been going to that corner. This is about the 5th time.
Yes.
Trying for the point after will be Don Jantonio. The holder will be Harasco. It is up and good, and it's a 7-0 ball game with 4:30 remaining here in the 3rd. So they've broken the ice, the Cardinals have.
That had to feel good for the Cardinals from Menor. They call a timeout. The coach comes out. Dick Kirschbaum, he makes sure the quarterback, the flanker have the play. Good block by Ronaldo, the fullback. It's just over into the corner. And that time, Chad Green at 5'9" goes up for the play. And it's just a pass play intended for Green. The man on the inside was Doug Morgan, who took a defender with him. So Green can come out into the corner. And that's number 1 up there with that man, an excellent, quick football player, excellent cornerback and flanker. And Mike, we had him on basketball a couple times.
Yes, sir.
And he's quick in that sport also.
Well, he is about 4 receptions now for a total of 80 yards.
It's kind of nice to have a receiver like that.
And a quarterback who can get it to him.
Exactly. A great combination right there.
I'll tell you what, those two guys can give cornerbacks and safeties a fits, can't they?
Oh, yeah. I know Green's going to miss Jantonio next year when he's gone.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right. 6'3", 205. He's got the size. And he'll be kicking off to Henson, Bolden, and Jones. kick, taking it to the 18-yard line. Oh, getting ahead of steam up was number
Bolden,
21, Bolden, Lavelle Bolden, right. And he just couldn't get any, getting ahead of steam, and he got tripped up as he hit about the 35, the 30, and then rolled to the 34. Tripping him up was Jason Cottrell. So McGinty going to have his hands full. 21 they see coming in is Lavelle Bolden, who ran that ball back. He's in for tailback Henson. And they're in their stacked eye. Yates is the up back. And picked up a couple of 3 tough yards with DJ Calderwood. Brought him down with help from Tony Descartes. The scoring drive was, they had the, what you call, ball control. 12 plays, 69, 539. That's ball control. 69 yards. D'Antonio to Green for a 2-yard pass.
Some tired Joe's defenders out there right now.
2nd and 7 for the Vikings. In motion comes Henson. Throws it in short and dropped. Right there. Stetter was right there. But number 83, Reggie Hinson, the junior at 6 foot, had it right in, but he caught it in his chest and it bounced out rather than in his hands.
Yeah, that was a good pass by McGinty.
Well, Tom McGinty wanted that one. They have been successful in the air, so he really needs a completion. But at least they're going to their passing game somewhat, trying to open up this 5-man front that Menor has been putting against them.
Well, McGinty now is 0 for 3. Pass department.
4-man front this time.
Watch out for Martin over here.
And a whistle. Stop play. 3:20 to go in the third. And they're going to call it against the Vikings.
Dead ball, false start, offense, still 3rd down.
Well, that's a procedure call, and Viking is being penalized again. This is their 6th penalty. They had 3 15-yarders and now 3 5s. That's giving up an awful lot of yardage, and John Story can't be too happy about that.
Look for him going for Martin up top this time. Him and Green.
Play action. And the defense for Menor has done a job. They bring down McGinty at the 30. He sees the lane, but they seem to close up that lane, and he doesn't have nothing else to do.
Coach, there we saw Dick Kirschbaum like the defense that he had that time. Nice fake by Tom McGinty into the man. It throws the defense for a little bit, but not too long. Number 60 coming across in there defensively. Tony Descartes makes Tom McGinty go out wide, and then the rest of the defense cleans up.
Zerm will be punting. High snap. He gets it away. It's going to be a short one. And it is
friendly roll.
Not too friendly. Gets to about the 42.
That was dangerous by, what was that, number 68 out there? He was staying around the ball. That was a dangerous play by him.
Yeah. So that takes care of the
I can see the
momentum
coach talking to him now.
For Joe's. They've got to get something going. The defense is going to have to tighten down. But the big problem I think that the Vikings have is they've got 6 going 2 ways. 3 men on the front line. Lawrence, Penovic, and Huff go 2 ways. The linebacker Yates is 2 ways. Henson, the tailback, and also is a cornerback, and Kevin Marn, the flanker, is also the safety. You've got to get awful tired out there.
They've been working this hitch pattern over here to the right on Henson. He goes up to the left.
And another completion, but the knee was down. Receiving that one is Bob Farley. Again, a very nice pass.
A strong-arm quarterback, get the ball out there that far. You have to stay there because he has a half a rollout on the play. Now, Bob Farley's only going about 5 and curling back, and they're just playing too soft off of him. The linebacker can't come over, Mike.
Yep. So
he's down there. They don't get a lot on it, but let's see. The knee is down. He can make the catch, but it's dropped right there.
2nd and 5. Time again in the same play.
There it is again.
Bringing that one in was Pastori, number 4, and Bolden there brought him down.
There's a defensive coordinator talking to the Menor Cardinals defensive team. You can see him drawing it up. Let's listen to him.
Number 1, trick play, okay? Trick play. Secondly, they're going to go trips now. They're going to start launching at number 12. Let's find it. We go nickel what?
Well, he's got it all down, doesn't he? That's a first down for the Cardinals at the Vikings 40, and another. Pastori catches another one. He gets another first down as he gets inside the 30. And Yates is there, but he's there too late with help from Bolden.
D'Antonio is really showing how strong his arm is. He's rolling to his left, and for a right-hand quarterback, that's really tough. And throwing with his right arm, that's a tough pass.
Well, he's strong. He's able to do that. And Pastori's had a nice game, not only returning punts, but he's in there on the flank, on the wide out, and able to catch that pass. Looks like a fine athlete.
Another first down. And goes straight up the middle with a quick hitter. This is Ranello. And Ranello gets the first down as he gets inside the 20. And Gabe McSeveny and Lavelle Bolden on the stop. But that quick hitter really worked. They're getting 10-yard chunks on first downs.
Menor's really showing their balanced attack right now. They're pass, run, mixing it up real well.
Back to that rhythm that they had early in the first quarter when they got going. Then it kind of got on track, but they're really moving the ball in this quarter.
They make it look so easy, and it seemed to be moving at will. And the defense is not able. They're afraid to play up too tight because they may get burned. Let's see if it's a first down. No, it is not. Just shy, matter of inches, as you saw Don Giantonio indicated. And now Giantonio 18 to 27, 218 yards with that one TD, and that was to Green, only a 2-yarder, but he has moved this ball club right down the field.
And it's all ball control. Sorry.
Well, 218 yards, great passing. Last year he had over 900 yards as a passer, so in a couple of ball games, here the third ball game, he's really on a roll.
Well, he came in throwing 84% in the first 2 games. And the quarterback, Giantonio, at 6'3", 205, is able to get the first down. His time runs out. That ends the third quarter of play with the score. Menor 7, Los Angeles St. Joe's nothing. Now it's time to go to scoreboard.